On today's adventure with the Beaver Retriever, we show you my maple syrup operation. And I'm going through behind them and tapping the taps in. So, now we got my brother out here. My brother and father are up there, tapping the tree. Line coming in through here. So I'm gonna start cutting the trail. Together. Yeah, we're out here boiling with my old man. We always boil together. We do the sugar shack all together. Our tank's almost overflowing here. What do we have? Maple taffy on the end of popsicle sticks. From tree to sugar. Come check out my maple syrup operation. Yeah, so we do maple syrup here on the property. We tap maple trees and we make our own maple syrup. And I usually give some away and sell some and make some sugar. And so this is the beginning of our 2024 season. We're gonna start tapping and fixing up some lines today. Should start running tomorrow for a couple of days. And it's just a backyard operation. We did get this stove given to us a couple of years ago by a local sugar maker. We used to use the oil drum. That's our old stove right there. We used that for 20 something plus years. So that's what we used to make maple syrup in, is this shed over here. But now that's the wood shed and the sap house, and this is our new sugar house. So we're going through this year and replacing all our bigger 7/16 taps with some 5/16 taps. All my new stuff's all this, so we still have a few of these older taps here that usually been breaking every year on us, so I'm replacing them all this year. Hey, my old man drilling the holes and I'm going through behind them and tapping the taps in. So, it's a pretty cool operation to do with your father. So there's one. Trying to unravel our new roll main line, and we happen to have like the inside piece of the roll, the very end, not the beginning that we needed. Yeah, so since we unraveled it wrong, we got stretching it out, and I'm twisting it as we go. My father's back here, and looping it over. No, next roll we'll make sure we have the right end before we start pulling on it. We had it all messed up before you know it. So there we're pulling our new main line up through the woods here. Yeah, so we're replacing this blue line here. It's only a 1/2 inch line. Some used stuff I got. We're replacing it with 3/4 inch new stuff. But we're gonna move this line back up above, use it somewhere else. So we're working on our sugar bush this year. We're adding a new main line. We used to have to collect from up above. Now we got it so it all runs down into our tank right here in the woodshed. So we're gonna string that up today, tie it up, and start adding the line back to it. Sable dog's all worn out. He's been running around for a couple hours. He's all tuckered out. Yeah, we're getting the taps. Putting in these new saddles. The main line. My old main line that was up here had star bases. Some things the little tits would break off of them. Didn't like them. Nope. Now we got my brother out here. My brother and father are up there, tapping the tree. Sable dog. So these are my homemade tubing pliers I made. Just took a couple of pairs of old vice grips. Took an old lug nut, cut it in half. Made it so the tubing goes right in it. So now I can put this right here. It'd be hard to do with the camera, but we'll try to get it. Hey, Mink. We brought Mink with me today. He's got the cowbell today. He's a good pup. So yeah, we're fixing up the lines right close to the shack here. Just line here. But Mink, come, Mink, come, Mink, come on. Well, this is our old sugar shack. We actually used this for years up to my father's house, and then we loaded it onto a trailer one year and brought it down here. We were lugging sap up here, from here up to the house. So, but here's my tank. It's turned into our tank house woodshed now. It's all our firewood. It's running a little bit today. You can at least hear it. Yeah, it's running a little bit today. This is one of our main lines. This is just the line close to the shack. Oh, turned into our sap house woodshed. This is our new sugar house. In the process, still got to finish the front here. Yeah, oh, a little bigger than that one. So, yep, nice. Headed back up into the woods to fix some more lines and tap some more. So, here we go. There goes that. Yeah, well, we're getting our new main line up. We got 500 feet of it done. We end right up here. Now we're connecting some of my old lines down to this new main line. We're getting it. Running good today. We're a beaver dog down here in the sugar shack today. He's just up sitting on a seat. Wants to play with everything, curious. So today I'm clearing trail for our new main line. We're putting a main line coming in through here. So I'm gonna start cutting the trail. Yeah, getting a good trail cut through here for a new main line. So I'm headed up that way. We're gonna do a before and after. So stand right at this tree. I'm headed that direction. And there's the after. I'm string the tubing up to all these trees here, going up through there. I only got enough sap to boil, so we're gonna start getting everything ready in the shack and show you the process. Here's how much sap we got. About 100 gallons in there right now. Line's coming right into it. Got Miss Lynx with me today. Yeah, I had to clean off the top of the evaporator and set it all up, clean it all out. Pump some sap up there into my storage tank and start boiling. We're all ready to pump up for the first time. So we pump all set up. I'm gonna pump from there to my tank upstairs. Tank right up in there. So I'm filling her up now. Making some steam finally. Still not boiling. Getting now. Boiling now. Alright, here's the process. Comes from these trees, all down this line. We got tubing all through the woods there. Comes into this tank here. All that blue tubing on the top. And it comes into there. And we pump it out of there with this pump here, which goes through this filter right here, which then goes upstairs here into that white tank there. And then it's gravity fed down this line here into a bunch of tubing up here, a bunch of copper tubing, so it's kind of like a preheater. And it comes across there, comes out right here, goes down to this float setup. This float setup shuts it off when the water level's up, opens it up more when the water level's down, the sap level. So you can adjust your levels in your pans here, and then from there it goes all through here. Actually comes out a tube right here, and then it comes through here, goes back through, goes to the other side, and it comes out on this side, and it comes out to this float on this side. And this one controls my level on the front pan, which is still pretty high. I overfilled it when I started it, so we're letting it catch up, and eventually that'll be letting out more. You can only smell the camera. Smell through the camera. It smells like maple syrup already. Our steam's going up to our cupola. Yep, nice. So we're boiling again for the second time. It's a rainy, crappy day out there. Just loaded up the stove with some wood.
We're doing it together.
Yeah, we're out here boiling with my old man. We always boil together. We do the Sugar Shack all together. Alright, so here's the setup. It all comes from these trees up above right here. It all comes down, comes into this tank. Big tank here. We got a big main line that goes 1,500 feet up into the woods there. And we got a couple of lines right close to the shack here. Oh, you actually can hear it running a little bit today. A little bit, just starting, should run today. So then we pump it out of this one. We got a little gas powered pump here. And then it pumps up through this blue line into a filter, a little filter right there. And then it pumps upstairs of the Sugar Shack here into this tank up above right there, which we're gonna have to pump up soon. And then from there it comes down. This goes down inside this copper tube that's inside the hood here. There's like a preheater setup. And it comes around to this side. It comes out on this side warm and comes out right there. Usually set up on a float. And then from there it goes into here. It actually comes out on a tube right there. Almost can see the tube. And then it flows through here, back on the other side. And it comes back over to this side and comes to this float, which controls the front pan. And it goes up and down all of these and would come out right here as syrup. And I got a thermometer here that when it hits 7 degrees, that'll be 219, and I'll test it. And I got a hydrometer to test it and make sure it's syrup. So that's the process. We're getting closer to making our first batch of syrup. Watch my thermometer here on the side. We gotta let it get to the 7. All you can see is that screen. We gotta let it get to that 7. I've been testing it with my hydrometer just to make sure. So let's test it again. This camera right here. It's almost leave it right there for a minute. I don't think it's still not. This is supposed to bob up. It's supposed to float up, and that red line is supposed to meet right at the fluid line. Can fit a lot of wood in this thing, that's for sure. Oh. I got Otter Dog with me today. He's being a good boy. He's being a good boy. Everything's boiling good now. We're getting close to being syrup up here. I'm just gonna have to put some deep foamer to it here soon. She's rolling back there. That's how much is coming in. If you only could smell through the camera, you know what this smells like. It smells great. So I think we're just about there. We're at the 7, actually a little over it. I wasn't paying attention, now I am. Now we gotta make sure that red line is at level with the surface of the fluid there. The syrup. Just takes a minute. So I definitely think we're there. So, just gonna wait for this. Once I know that's good, I'll pour off a bunch. Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely right there, so. Fresh syrup right there. I'm gonna pour off quite a bit. Make sure this float's keeping up. Don't want this pan to drain dry right now with fire cranking. It's pretty burnt. Yeah, that's our first pour of syrup. Thermometer went back down. Probably 1.5 gallons in there, so nice. It's actually a little thick. I'm actually gonna have to let some out early to thin it back out some. But yeah, no, use that hydrometer. Once that hydrometer's right, we're good. We actually went too thick. First pour kind of did funny things like it usually does. This is all catching back up finally. Yeah, since it was so thick, I can let some out early to thin that out some. So we'll let out some and we'll test it again on my hydrometer. Hey, so I let out too much, so now it's too thin. So now I gotta boil that down some. So no, I knew I was gonna let out too much, and I did. So it doesn't even float now. So the line's right there. Yep. So no, that's no big deal. Not the end of the world. I can throw that on a burner when we go to camp. Running good today. These low pressure days, it runs way better than a high pressure day. This is rainy, crappy out. And it's running better than it does normally. Nice. Yeah, so we just got a load of firewood. Went up out back with the snowmobile and the sleigh. Still a load of hardwood. One of the maples up in the sugar bush there died, so we use it for firewood. So I'm gonna chop some up here. Head's falling off of it. Gotta make sure that stays on. That's some nice firewood. Sap's flowing good today. We just boiled yesterday. We already got probably 85, 90 gallons in there since we stopped boiling yesterday at 1:30. Pouring in today. Miss Linksy passed out cold. I ended up pouring out too much and we made it too thin, so I got to boil it down a little bit more to make it syrup. So we get the old propane burner out, testing it as I go, and it shouldn't be much. Another couple minutes probably be done. And we got to filter it through this cone filter here. And we'll reheat it up to 180 and can it. Alright, so we got this syrup done. My hydrometer right here. You can see the red level. Right there. It's actually a hair overdone. Doesn't get no fresher than this. Mix some in with my coffee. Alright, well we got it all filtered. Now we got it in this thing here and warming it back up to 180, and I'll fill jugs right off the spout there. So this is how much syrup we made on our first batch. We made 2 1/4 gallons. A gallon jug, half gallon, and 3 quart jugs. So nice. That's a good first run. Alright, boiling for the 3rd time. So we just got done finished canning last boil syrup right there. So we probably had 120 gallons to boil or so. Running pretty good today. Yeah, we're just getting ready to pour off some more syrup. Almost to the 7. Once it hits that 7, I'll start pouring. Boiling good now. It's almost done syrup. Should be able to see some steam coming out of the cupola today. Yep. Be nice once we bore it in the front. Won't have none of this coming out. It'll all be coming out. That. Got our 7, so I'm gonna open her up. I'm gonna test it once it's poured some off. Try to do almost like in the middle of the pour, where I want to be testing it with my hydrometer. Alright, I'm gonna test some with my hydrometer cup here. My hydrometer. Alright, so I try to throw on a piece of birch bark when I'm putting wood on the fire. I actually sell birch bark, sheets of birch bark, so all my trimmings and stuff I save to throw right on the evaporator down here once a year. So pretty good. Keep pouring until I see the thermometer go back down. That's a lot of syrup. Stir it again. Still too thick. Still way above. So you let out more. But I'm gonna keep doing this till it's proper. Just trying to do it in small increments so I don't go too far. Yep, so we're filtering up to what we just poured off. We're gonna try to can it today. So we're gonna filter a little bit more. Yep, so we're boiling again. This will be our 4th time boiling for this season. So we're just about to pour too. Almost up to my 7 there. Alright, I'm just about to do the first pour for today. So we're there. Alright, so it was still too early last time I poured, so now it should be ready. I just tested it and it's ready. Still gonna retest it, but yep, definitely ready. Red line's actually over. I'm actually gonna be able to thin it out when I'm done yet. Yep. I'm gonna stop it here. Alright, we're gonna filter it. We use just a sock filter. Yeah, looks like some good stuff. Canning what we just made. Eventually I'll have a better cannon set up, but this is how we do it. It works. This is a lot better than the other day. It might take a second, but yeah. A little bit more. Yeah, looks like some good stuff. Got Sable down here today. Right, Sable dog. Sable dog's a good boy. Yeah. Alright, we're about to do our second pour for today. Open her up. Yep, that red line is level with where it's floating, so we can open her up. Alright, so it's a little too thick, so I'm gonna let some out. Let some out early here, so that'll thin it out pretty good. I'm only gonna do little batches at a time. Try to stir it up and retest it. So I gotta thin it out a little more. So there's another batch there. I'm gonna boil again today. Been a while since I boiled. The sap stopped running. As you see, we got a bunch of snow. But yeah, we got a bunch of sap in the last few days. Our tank's almost overflowing. Yeah, what are we at? We probably got around 240 gallons or so. 230, 240. So nice. We're gonna get some pumped upstairs and get boiling. Alright. Turn the throttle up a little bit. Pumping some upstairs right now. We pump it up into this tank right there. And light the fire. Stuff full of wood. It's going now. Let me take the torch back out. Oh yeah. We got Beaver Dog with us today. These have got bold. Right? These have got bold. Oh yeah. Yep, so this is our 5th time boiling. Boiling in the back now. Not blowing up here quite yet. We're testing it right now. Probably pour off here soon. Pretty close. Pour some syrup off now. It's ready. So we double check it about halfway through the pour. Watch the gauge here. That's what I watch. Done right there. Probably got 2.5 gallons there. So now we're gonna filter it. So in the center up here, underneath our stack right here, there's a little tray and collects all the water, all the steam coming back down. But we've already made almost half a 5-gallon bucket of water coming out in little sparks right now. It's only a homemade tray up there. It's not everything works perfect. It seems coming out here. I've never seen it come out here. I fixed this all year. It's supposed to come out there. It just hadn't. Now it does. Nice. Yeah, right here you can see that tray. There's a tray right there. So this part back here is just water for cleaning and stuff. It's actually our old evaporator pan from our old original evaporator. So we used to do this on a 55-gallon drum. And then we went to a 275-gallon thing. I believe that's how much them big metal barrels are. Now we got this rigging. There you can see what was done so far this year. We keep track of it all on the wall here. We only started in this new shack back last year. Little tap map here. Each year we'll keep writing it down. Every year, every time I make syrup, I write how much syrup we made and when we made it. And we got it all on the wall inside this other shack too. Over there, we're supposed to take the boards out, put them over here. So pretty cool. Keep track of that. Yeah, I'll show you them ones on the other wall. See, we started back in keeping track back in 2016. That's when we started keeping track. I've been doing it all my life, but we didn't start keeping track until we set up the shack down here in 2016. We got them all on the wall here. Bunch more. 2020, 2021, 2022. So now we're just use this as a woodshed in a sap house. Got a lot of sap still. So making some steam today. Pouring off the second batch for the day. Probably make another couple batches after this. There's 1 gallon. I only got 2 new jugs left here. I don't think it's gonna be another whole gallon, so we're gonna use a couple of my quarts here. Yeah, so I'm gonna make coffee out of that water that we're getting out of the top. I'm just using these to make coffee today. Just coffee in a tea bag. This is funny over here. It's like a wicked flow. And where does it go? It goes nowhere. Just gone. It's funny. Yeah, done for the day. We actually made 8 1/4 gallons today. We made 33 quarts of syrup today. That is the most syrup we've ever made in one day. So that's pretty cool. Our old setup wouldn't have handled that. I couldn't have boiled that much in a day, but this new setup I can. So we figured we averaged about 28 gallons an hour today. So that's pretty good. So I'm all out of jugs, so now I got mason jars. A bunch of mason jars of syrup in them now. Yeah, so I got a spring line coming out of the woods here. This was pretty cool. It all froze up. And then we had a big cold spell. Now it's all hollow in the middle. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Boss, I headed down the boil again. It just snowed out, so we're just gonna take the snowmobile. how much we got to boil. I don't know what that is for gallons. That's probably 110 gallons or so. Choke on. That's full. Shut this off just so in case it leaks, we don't lose it all. Let's fire up the evaporator. Bunch of birch bark here. Let's roll on. Gloves. Get her all started. Yeah, this is all that water from the other day, the last boil. Got almost 5 gallon bucket, pure water. But I'm gonna dump it in my back pan here. Yeah, it's our cleaning pan, so we clean everything at the end. Yeah, so I keep water in it, nice warm water. Starting to come in. This was all frozen. Luckily it's thawing out as we go. So we'll sit here and boil. And boss. Got boss dog today. It's down to boil. Pretty warm in the center. Once we get the fire going better, the other two will start boiling a little better. It's boiling good in the back. And everything's working as it should, so sit down and boil away. So everything I make from here to the end, I'm just going to make all that into sugar. We're actually going to add that into this video. So I've already made 16 gallons. I've already canned 16 gallons of syrup. So making my cup of coffee from the water, from the steam. Just going to let that fill up. And I got some coffee tea bags. I'm going to make some coffee again. Getting closer to making our first batch for today. You can tell when the foaming up like it is, those small bubbles. We're at probably the 6th line or so. Get another line to go, and we'll be pouring off some syrup today. Yeah, so we just poured off our first batch. It's probably like 1.5 gallons. And I filtered it and I put it inside this tin here. I'm gonna put it all in there and then come back another day, not today, and make that all into sugar. I use this propane burner here in one of these pots and set up a little setup there on my front pan, and we'll make a bunch of sugar, grind it all up and everything. So that's the plan on the rest of the syrup I make this season. So we'll probably still make another 4 or 5 gallons. I'll be able to make into sugar. So that'll be cool. Snowy. And then we got a big gust of wind. Yeah. Just coming out the front. Pouring off another batch. I've already poured off probably 1.5 gallons today. Just want to make sure it's keeping up with it. That side there's running a little low. Yeah, I don't want to burn this front fan, so it was already running a little low, so I'm only letting out a little bit at a time. We're gonna filter it. I'm hoping next year to have this thing called a filter press. Works a lot better than this, but put that right there. Oh, just about done for today. Got a little more up in my tank up there. I probably won't pour off any more syrup, so we made 3.5 gallons today. I'm gonna put it on my board, and that we're gonna make into sugar. We're gonna see how many pounds of sugar that makes. I'm actually gonna make a bunch more syrup, and it's all gonna go to sugar. So. Dog's trying to climb the ladder. I don't know what he smells over there. You try to climb the ladder. What's up there? You smell where the squirrel's been? Yes. Where's the squirrel? Right there. Oh, it's right there. Go get it. Go get it. Go to get it. Go. Yeah, doing the final boil for the season. We've boiled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be number 7. And we made about 20 gallons of syrup so far. And today I'm just, well, ran just a little bit. So we're just gonna finish that up, and then I'm gonna make all this into sugar. That's how I'm gonna finish it, is make my year's worth of sugar. Got Mr. Cato today. He's a good boy. He's the most mellowest one of them all. Right? Yeah, was a good boy. Mr. Cato. Uncle Cato. Not really an uncle, but I'm like Boss's brother. He was a good boy. Alright, I'm getting down there. We just pumped up for the last time. And let it boil down. And then this afternoon we're gonna start making some sugar. Yeah, we're all done for today. Pretty short video. Wasn't much exciting going on today. So I'm gonna let the stove cool down and we'll come back and we'll try to boil up and see, we're gonna make some sugar out of this stuff. We're pouring right off the pan. Fill up this pot, put it on that. Boil it to what, 260?
260.
260. Then we gotta stir it until it starts turning to sugar and then pour it off. Got Mink with me now. Brought Cato this morning, now we got Minkaroni. So we bring a different dog every time. We're making Making some sugar here. So we're up to like 230, 235. We need to go to 260. So we're sitting right with it, making sure it doesn't foam over. And got some defoamer on here just to keep it knocked down, keep the heat down. We get up to 260 degrees, we have to stir it until it starts turning sugary, and then we pour it out on this parchment paper. Getting closer. Probably at like 240, a little over 240 probably by now. Looks cool, got pretty thick in there. This is over syrup consistency. Syrup's 219. So, yeah, looks wicked thick. Good stuff. Oh. Alright, we're gonna try to make some maple taffy while we're at it. We're gonna pour some out on the snow here and see if it hardens up. That'd be cool. Alright, let me try a piece here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely taffy. Sticking on my teeth like crazy. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, make more.
Oh man, wants more already. Yeah, we made a big batch of maple taffy. That is a chunk of taffy. That is pretty cool.
That is. Work my way my way.
That's a solid chunk of sugar. It's all hardened to a point. Still gotta let it cool down some. But then we're gonna break it all up and throw it right through my grain mill. Go down here making another batch of sugar. This was the batch of sugar from yesterday. Got Sable Dog with me today. He's got this nice comfy seat to lay in, and he's over there laying on the ground. That's how he rolls. Right, Sable Dog? Yeah, we're getting there. We're actually gonna probably make some more taffy today. So we're making taffy again, and we're putting it on popsicle sticks this time. On the ends of it. Trying that out. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm getting there. Bunch of the snow here, and we're putting popsicle sticks right down in the hole. See how that comes out. Yeah, so we let it harden, and now we got globs of maple taffy on the end of popsicle sticks. No, that's pretty cool. Come out pretty cool. We'll try to probably trim them up a little better there at the ends and wrap it in wax paper and put them in the freezer. So that's pretty cool. So we'll be doing this again. Making another batch of sugar. See how dark it is now. Start to see it lighten up here quickly. Starts lightening up. Gotta pour. Yeah, ready. So today we're down here, we're gonna grind up some sugar. I've never done this before, so we're gonna see how this works. Yeah, I got a half a brown shopping bag full here, full of sugar chunks. So yeah, it's about there in the bag. We're gonna put 2 pieces in here and see if it'll. I gotta loosen it up a little bit here. A little more. Got them a little too fine, so we're gonna put it back out some. Put some more in there. Oh, this is right here. I'll use this one. I think I got it to where I want it. It's coming out pretty good. More. Well, we got a couple of plates full of sugar. I'm gonna bag that up. I'm actually gonna try to bag it right up in these paper bags if I can fit it in them too. If not, I'll put it in a Ziploc baggie and I'll just store it in my cabinet at the house. So yeah, nice. It's the first time I've ever done this. Yeah, so there's some of my syrup. I've already sold and eaten some, so that's what I got left. I got some sugar here. Just grind that up today. Still got a whole bunch of it in there, but I'm just gonna grind it as I need it. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoy making syrup. And stay tuned to see more of my great adventures. Thank you.